Hey guys, how you doing today? It's your girl, Miss Debs. I'm coming to you from not my kitchen, but my bedroom. Welcome to Deborah's Delicious Dishes. Giving honor to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because he's so worthy to be acknowledged and praised on this day and any other day. Today, guys, I'm coming to you with a topic that's pretty much taboo. I know in my culture, I'm not speaking for everybody, but a lot of us, we don't talk about depression too often. And I have a friend of mine that's going through a bout of depression at this moment in time. And it kind of hits me because I always been transparent with you guys. I kept it 100. I always told you I went through a depression. Even though I follow God, and I'm a strong believer in God, and that's where my life is going now. I've been headed down this road with God for a minute, and I'm tending on staying right where I'm at. But it doesn't mean that we don't go through trials and tribulations. The Bible speaks of that, and God will use a vessel that no one else will probably pick up, like someone that's a drunkard or a killer or a thief or a harlot. God will use those people to get his message through, to glorify him, and to also change the person that he's calling out to do his will, to change their persona and their outlook on life and their title for whatever they're being called at that moment. Okay, for me, well, my friend, it really hurts me because I've seen a lot of people leave here from depression. So it just gets you to a point where you just want to help. You just want to, try to be a listening ear to someone or give them words of encouragement. And that's what, for the pretty most of the part, my mission is to do when I come up here on YouTube, is to help people out and to give them words of encouragement, give them a little motivation. We're living in a very dim lit world at the moment. Prices are going up, inflation. People can barely afford food anymore. Now, and this is real, folks, because I hear it. I hear it through the grapevine. I hear people talking. I experience it myself. When we go into a store, like, prices are ridiculous. And it's almost like we're in a depression. And for the ones who can survive and get through it, God bless you. And God will, he said he'll never see his people hungry or forsaken or, begging bread. And I thank God I'm not at that position right now in my life. But I know there are a lot of people who are, and it's just a hurtful thing. It's a surprising thing for me, being 56 years old and been, here pretty much half a century. And I've seen things and different fads and different situations and different life events change and revolve through the years. And it's kind of shocking to me to see this. But I just wanted to let you know to be encouraged. Now, getting back on the depression, I went through depression too. When I first stopped working, I stopped working July 29th. And being a woman that's used to working all the time and going out and surviving, I was always working and going to school, trying to better myself, which I told you guys this before. And a lot of times for me working so much, it took me away from home for my children. So once I felt like I was in a position in life, like I had a permanent job, um, and me and my ex-husband, we parted ways. It made me realize life is so much important than just working and don't have time for your children. So I started taking my children out. I would take my sons out on a date. I would take out this one for a date, just me and him have our time. Then me and my daughter would do things, and then we would do things collectively. So I just thank God that I had a chance to do that, because I feel sorry, because a lot of parents don't have that quality time to spend with their children because they're too busy out trying to make ends meet and keep a roof over their heads and pay bills and, deal with this financially challenged world. So I thank God that I was able to do that with my children, as before they got too old to remember that, okay, mom did this with us. Because me and my daughter had this discussion last night, how, I always did things with them and I made them feel like, life was, they didn't know if we were struggling because I tried to make it so that they didn't know. But it's that little quality time. But depression is on a rise nowadays. Just look at the news in general. And I'm not going to give that S word any power. You know what I'm talking about. But it leads to that. And there's such a thin line between sanity and insanity. That derelict that you see on a corner, and you ask yourself, well, how did he get into this situation? How did he get into this particular, you know, why is he going through this in this particular point in his life? Why is he living out on the street? Why is he begging and bumming for money? Never look down on folks, people, because I always say we're one paycheck away from being there. If you don't have a big nest egg saved and you have stocks and bonds and you financially, stable, this can happen to any of us. So I never try to look down on people because there go I by the grace of God, where, he's protecting me. He's sheltering me where I'm not at that position and time right now. But I have been through times where, like sitting down now, where, the money is not flowing like it used to flow. And, having that paycheck every 2 weeks or whatever, it really, kept me afloat. And my vice for me was shopping. So that was my, as you call it, your fix, your get high, whatever. Um, that was my thing. I had to shop. That was my therapy. Let me just put it like that. So my kids will call me sometime, Mom, where are you? And I'm up somewhere shopping early in the morning or at night. And they'd be like, Mom, where are you? And I'm like, okay, I'll be home shortly. But that was my serenity. That was my therapy when I didn't have God in my life like I do now. Now, yeah, I have God in my life now, but sometimes I want to shop. I miss that. I was a shopaholic, and my mom was the same way. So she passed that torch in a lot of ways. She was a strong woman that worked jobs. Sometimes we didn't even see my mom. My mom worked 3 jobs, and she instilled that in me. So I was always a go-getter, a workaholic, and I always took care of mine. But it doesn't mean that I didn't go through situations. I didn't go through bouts of depression. Um, like recently, I can really say I was depressed when I really lost my job because I was so used to working and so used to having when, like, if I wanted to get up and go over the weekend, or go shopping or do something, I had the funds to do it. But now it's kind of like, but I'm glad, I can honestly say now, I'm glad God put me in this position because it made me sit down and collect my thoughts and just reminisce on things that I had and things I did. And sometimes it was selfish that I did do the things that I did because a lot of times I didn't even need to be shopping like that. I had so many things that I could like throw away now. And I have been doing that. I've been downsizing, like getting rid of some things that I'm not even using or giving it to someone. But I just want to tell you, depression is real. I have lost a lot of friends to depression. Um, we as people, I know we as Black people, our culture, we don't really like to talk out our feelings. And I know a lot of our men, they don't want to go to therapy. They don't want to iron out their dirty laundry to someone, they don't know them. But it's good to talk it out, folks, because if you don't talk it out and you keep it bottled up, we're like a pressure cooker. If you don't release that energy and to get those feelings off you, that you need to, talk to someone so you could compromise about, okay, I'm really stressed under my job. My boss is getting on my nerve. I'm not making the funds that I feel that I should be making. Why am I doing 2 and 3 jobs and I'm not having time with my family? And it seemed like I just can't get from under. I mean, people are going through this, folks. They need someone to talk to. We have to let our guard down and just let it out, because if you don't, it's like I said, it's like a pressure cooker. If you don't release that steam, it's going to just explode. And that's what's going on with a lot of our men. And not only Black men, I'm noticing a lot of white men, like a lot of people are just losing it, and they're losing it on their loved ones and their family members and people that really love and care for them. So I would just tell you to be encouraged. If you feel like you're going through depression and there's things that you can't handle, you need to go talk to someone. You need to talk to a psychologist. Maybe you need to sit on a psychiatrist's couch. You need to get into an organization. There's so many depression hotlines out here, suicidal hotlines out here. People need to be heard. You see this rose colored glass outlet that we're on with YouTube, because we're on a lot of people TV screens, we're on their phones, their tablets, and people see people life and they think it's all hunky-dory, that, oh, look at them, they're living a life, they take lavish vacations, they have beautiful cars, they have families, their children are in, you know um they're respectable, they have everything they want. Why can't I have that? Life is not like that, folks. No matter how it might seem, the millionaire who has it all, as it seems, sometimes they're depressed. Sometimes they feel like no one really hears them. It's all about people using them for their funds or what they have to offer. We as people just need to come together and we need to be there for one another. And you need to listen when your friend is trying to tell you something, or you see you haven't heard from this one in a while. I wonder what's going on with Susan. I wonder what's going on with Derek or whatever. You need to call people and just let them know that, hey, I'm here for you. I got things going on in my own life, but I'm never too tied up with what I'm going through to listen, because people need to be heard. People are crying out for help and we're not listening. They're falling to deaf ears, and in turn, they're doing things that they can't come back from. So, I just ask you to call a friend if you haven't heard from them, or a family member in a while. My brother, speaking on that, one of my brothers, he came up to see me yesterday, and it was a very well needed encounter, like a visit. I really needed to talk to him, and we reminisced about our mom and things that we went through when we were younger, and how mom always sacrificed for us. And if we were poor, we didn't know it, because she always had food in the house. She always sent us to little camps and stuff with the church next door, and we had a life, we had a childhood, and I'm thankful for that, and I don't take that lightly. Um, so if you find someone is going through something, or like I say, you haven't heard from a family member, that maybe a family member, a friend that you're not speaking to any longer, be the bigger person. Call them up and say, hey, how you doing? I was just thinking about you. No, we haven't spoken in a minute. And I saw my best girlfriend yesterday, and she came and dropped me something off, and that was a blessing. It's just a gift to know that people care. You have people that are generally concerned about you. And just because you don't hear from them, sometimes people are so caught up in their own life and things that they're going through, with COVID and everything that's been happening. And people just are to themselves now. But reach out and tell somebody hi. That old neighbor, that elderly neighbor that, you know, is by herself, go check on her. Ask her, do she need her yard cut? Her grass. I mean, it's winter time now, but the spring is coming up. Ask her, do she need something from the store? Do she need a talk? Or, okay, I'm running to the store. Do you need something while I'm out? I mean, I'm not as mobile as I used to be. I was in a car accident. My elbow is messed up, my shoulder. Um, then from COVID, I'm kind of like shortness of breath sometimes when I speak, and it feel like something heavy is laying on my chest. But I went to my cardiologist Monday, and she told me she don't think it's my heart. She think that COVID really did a job on my body. So now I have an appointment Tuesday coming up to go see to go get a echocardiogram, and to also get a chest X-ray, because I do believe it left some remnants in my body, and I know I'm still nasally. And it's something that I'm going to check on before I have this surgery, because they had scheduled me for the 26th of February. I didn't even want to tell you guys, because I've been talking about it for half a year now. So I told them, I said, well, let me find out what's going on with my chest, and this mucus and stuff, that sometimes come up when I wake up in the morning. Let me find out about that, and once I'm okay, then I'll be happy to have the surgery. So I'm going to get myself checked out, because before I lay on a table, I want to make sure Deborah can handle being under that knife in that surgery for 4 hours or so, however long it takes for this knee surgery. Then if this one comes out okay, then they're going to do the next knee. So that's what I'm working on in my life right now. So that's put me in a spot where I've been depressed. Not so much depressed, but I've been not myself. So, and then again, if you want to call it in a depressive mood, I guess I was. Because sometimes when things are out of our control and we can't handle them, I know I want the surgery. I'm tired of being in pain. I was working on my job almost 20 years. I was in pain for the whole duration of that time with my knees, and my bosses know this. But um, it comes a time when the pain enough is enough. So that can drive people in depression too. But I thank God that I have him talk to me and say, the Holy Spirit talks to me and say, this too shall pass. And I have my wonderful children who has been my rock. I always spoiled them and did things for them, but now the table is turned and they're taking care of mom. And me being a strong woman that I am, I'm like, sometimes, well, you don't have to do that or don't do that. Like my son told me the other day, my baby boy, well, mom, I'm going to get you a laptop so you can work from home and do things, to keep you preoccupied and, try to work on getting some funds for yourself in the household, because my temporary disability ran out. So now I got some other things that I'm trying to go after. But anyway, you feel this. I'm not a beggar. I'm not asking for anything. This is something that's due me. I worked all my life since I was 14. So I need to be compensated when I'm at a position in my life where I can't work. That's the bottom line. That's just how it is. I'm not up here begging for a handout. I'm not asking people for anything. This is my life right now. I'm not working because of different illnesses and pains in my body that I have to take care of. And I'm willing to do that, to have my surgeries and to do what I got to do. So I'm holding up my end of the bargain, but it's not going to be done until I know my body is ready to handle it. So that in turns can bring on depression. But like I said, I thank God that he's helped me and he's told me that it's not going to always be like this. And just be patient, my child, and I will get you through this. And you just have to believe it and be a light to someone and show them that you might be down for a minute, but you will get back up. But you got to be strong and you got to keep fighting for what you believe in. And don't let no one deter you from that. Don't let anyone make you think that you're wrong because certain decisions you make in your life. But just reach out to someone, go to a church, just reach out to a priest or a preacher or a reverend or someone that you feel comfortable talking to that's not there to down you for things that you're feeling and you're going through, because this is your feelings and your emotions. So I know this video ran longer, but if you're going through any type of depression or you just need someone to listen to you, reach out. There's 1-800 numbers. Google it. Call someone. Go see someone that you haven't seen. If you know someone that's depressed or going through something, be there for them. Be that advocate to listen to them and speak to them. Guys, I just want you to know it's never too late. Thank you so much, because I have been there. This is your girl, Miss Debs, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. We all, a lot of us hold things in because we don't know how to let them go. But you have to talk to someone. You have to release that depression, that feeling that you're feeling that you know is not of you. So I just want to let you know there's someone always willing to talk. You just have to reach out to people and let them know. And if that person don't listen, you go on to the next one. There's someone, God got somebody out there that'll be your angel, that'll listen or give you words of wisdom, words of advice, words of encouragement, words of motivation. God bless you. May heaven smile down upon you. This is your girl, Miss Debs. I'm praying for you. God bless you.